Hi everyone, and welcome to Billy Fitzgerald Golf. And today we're going to review the grip, and we're going to make sure our hands are on the club right, and then what our hands do in the swing, what our hands do once they're on the golf club. So it's a big deal that we get our hands to get on the golf club correctly. They have to be functional. Your grip has to have function to it, or the club can't work right, and it just compounds from there. So, you know, if I'm in a lesson and I need to do a grip change, it's hard to not change that grip so we can move forward, because a lot of times you're struggling. Your swing is going to react to how your grip is on the club. The club face is certainly going to react to that. So we're going to go left and right hand, how our hands both fit together on the grip, and then how our hands work once they're on there. So we're going to start with your left hand. So your left hand is a chopper, okay? So if I got this impact bag and this stick, okay, and I we're just going to grab this stick and hit this impact bag, not even thinking about golf. Naturally, I would do this right here. Okay, so again, it's in my fingers. I've got something to hit against. The other thing is that when my arm hangs down in its shoulder socket this way, this is how my joints line up, right? So this is the hitting motion, just like if I were to hit a baseball. Okay, so there's all kinds of sports that back up how we want to impact the golf ball, or even impact this bag. If my hand is sitting too weak and I try to hit it this way, right, it's a very weak hit. I can feel how it's straining my wrist joints here. A lot of what I see, you start here, and the very first thing that happens is your hand has to roll over and your arm opens up, so these joints line up, and so the face is open. So that's where we need to start your grip. So it has to be in the fingers. So when I take my club, the first thing I want to do is line this face up. So the toe is just behind the leading edge. Okay, so it's not square because the face isn't on the ball yet. See, what's going to happen when the club comes down into the ball, it's going to pull on my arm, and it's going to pull these joints align, and the grip is going to automatically square the face. So that's why slightly open is square. So we get the toe just behind the heel. And I want the club to rest right in the middle on the other side of my knuckles. So I grip it in the fingers, and then my hand works on top. So my hand works on top. It's not my whole shoulder socket and arm get really tight to do that, right? I need to make my hand work on top, and I grip it in the fingers. So my hand's got to work independently a little bit of my arm a little bit. So it's not here, okay? So my hand works on top. So now when I get this impact bag, I can lever, hit. So I've got this joint right now. My hand can lever the club. So that's how our left hand works. So when I swing back, my left hand feels like it pushes down, and I lever, hit, and this folds. So if I put the club in just my left hand only, and I turn down the line, so when I lever, and my left hand basically pushes down, my thumb gets on the side on the top of the shaft here. See, that leading edge is square, okay, because it's matching my spine angle. It's 90 degrees to that plane line. So when I get my hand on the club right, my left hand, again, it's in the fingers, how my arm hangs from its shoulder socket, and that left hand pushes down, it pushes the face in a very, very good position. It's square, it matches my spine angle, and my golf club is in line or slightly outside of my hands. So now when I swing back down, the face can just go right into the ball. I don't have to twist the face to square it. Okay, so the face is already square. That's a big deal. We're trying to make this as simple as possible, and taking all that twist out and timing out is a great way to, again, make this game a little easier. So again, that's how my hand is going to work. So from here, my left hand pushes down, it pushes the face square. You can see it already starts to get my body moving the right way. Then I hit, so I've got a very solid, strong left hand to hit with, and then my left arm folds in here. Okay, so the weight of the club eventually is going to cut my left wrist. So when it goes back, it's flat, right? It hits, and then the weight of the club, my elbow folds, and the weight of the club is going to cut my wrist over here because of the momentum of the club. The same thing is going to happen similar to my right hand as to, now how does my right hand go on the club? So my right hand is closer to the club face, and it's matching. We want it to match the face. So whatever the club face is doing, my right hand's doing. So my right hand is on the side of the grip. Okay, it's not on top, it's not underneath, it's on the side, so it matches the face. This is what I feel like when I hold the golf club. It feels like I got the face right in my hand. So my hand is gonna go right on the side, right in the fingers again, but on the side. So now with my right hand, when it swings back, it cups. Okay, so it cups. So my hand is slightly facing the ground here. It's again, matches my spine, it matches the face. And then it hits, so again, there's a slightly cup in my right hand when I hit, and then as the weight of the club pulls over here, it's flat. Okay, so my right hand goes from down to the ground, slightly cupped, again, down to the ground, slightly cupped, into the ball. Now the weight of the club goes over here and it releases, the momentum of the club releases my hand. So really all this is doing, right, it's like a throwing motion. It mimics the face of the club. It also would control trajectory. If I came through the ball like this, it'd go a little lower. If we release it a little early, a little higher, right? But it's if I can quit doing this, right, then it's just going to go high and low, but it's always going to go pretty straight. It's what we're trying to do is eliminate all that twisting in your hands and in the face of the club, so we can get the ball to at least get in front of us. So again, from down the line, my right hand gets on the side of the grip and I swing back and forth. You can see it does the same thing. So it squares the face of the club, hits into the ball, and then releases over here. Now your hands fit together, they work together. So even if you did this at home, where this arm is kind of looks like it is in its shoulder socket, and I just pull it up and my right hand goes right, so that this thumb and this lifeline go right into each other. Okay, so now they're working this way. That's how my hands are working. So when I put them on the club, again, that face is slightly open in the fingers and over. My right hand goes on the side of it. So now when I push down on that lever, it cups my right hand and into the ball. So I would hit a few left arm only, right arm only, then both hands on the club, so you can feel how your hands are both working together in unison. So again, left hand only, I just go back and let the face go right into the ball, right? So I just lever down, and then I feel what it's like to have the strength of this grip hit the club, so I have something solid to hit against. Now I take my right hand, again, it's matching the face of the club, and I swing back and it goes right into the ball. So it feels like I would throw. Now I'm going to put both hands on. So I go through my grip, I make sure that the toe is slightly behind the heel, it's in the fingers and on top. My right hand goes on the side, so now I can feel both those hands working. So I get ready to go, right, and just chip a little one so I can start to feel how both those hands are working, and the ball goes straight. So again, if I did a full swing, put both hands on, right, now when I go to hit it, I can basically feel like the face of the club is in my hands. So there's not a lot of this when I'm swinging. It feels like the face is very stable. So make sure your hands are on the club face, right? Make sure that they're working together. And we need to make sure that the face is stable. So all these things, you can start to build from that. Get your hands on the club right, get the face stable, get your hands working right, and you build out from there. Hi everyone, like and subscribe to my channel, Billy Fitzgerald Golf, for all tips on golf. If you'd like a live lesson or want to send me a message, visit me at billyfitzgeraldgolf.com.